That we're monitoring at this hour, a single vehicle crash on I-95 southbound. Take a look. This was video from the scene about an hour ago. Prime Insider sources say a male driver was ejected from the vehicle. It was blocked off as he saw traffic being diverted and slowing down. Traffic now, apparently, according to VITA, is moving through without interruption. A deadly tractor-trailer crash in Goochland causes major delays on I-64 West. This happened on Saturday morning. Police say a tractor-trailer hauling trash ran off the right side of the road and struck the guardrail near mile marker 171 about 8 a.m. The vehicle then drove over the guardrail, traveled down an embankment, and struck several trees. The driver, 28-year-old James Sprouse, was ejected from the vehicle and was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say he was not wearing a seatbelt. Police responded to the 6400 block of Hopkins Road about 9:30 Friday night. When they arrived, they found two cars that had collided. Investigators believe a sedan struck a pickup truck that was making a left turn onto Watch Run Drive. The drivers in both vehicles and the passenger in the pickup truck received non-life-threatening injuries. However, the passenger in that sedan died at the hospital later. Her identity is being withheld. If you have any information on this crash, you should contact police. Since 1982, a popular Ashland festival has been drawing in major crowds, thousands of people every year. Families, friends, and strawberry enthusiasts from all over the Commonwealth visited the Ashland Strawberry Fair at Randy Mack on Saturday. Well, the family-friendly event aims not to just celebrate the tasty berry, but it also gives back through scholarships and nonprofit initiative. Lots of fun had by all. The fair event featured more than 300 vendors that packed the college campus. However, at that same event, Ashland police tell us there was one mishap. A man legally carrying a gun had it accidentally discharged at the venue. Police are investigating. No one was hurt and no charges have been filed. 8 fallen firefighters are being honored for their sacrifice and bravery. Saturday, their families and friends gathered at Richmond Raceway for a special memorial service in their honor. The ceremony focused on the folks behind the uniforms. Each family in attendance received a state flag and white rose to recognize their loved one. Judy Carter lost her husband to occupational cancer this year. She says a little appreciation goes a long way for first responders.
Sometimes a simple thank you for your service goes a long ways.
The families say they will continue to stick together, and they hope future generations will know the impact their fallen public servants had on their region. The gloves were certainly off Saturday night as some of Richmond's toughest guys battled it out in Hanover County. The Hanover Vegetable Farm held a live cage fight where some of Richmond and the country's best amateur and pro MMA fighters fought it out in the ring, duking it out. Dozens showed up to see the drive and courage these fighters presented. The event was hosted by Bar Fights Fighting Championship Organization, who have been providing martial arts training and professional matches for years now. Owner of BFFC, Eric Ash, says it was all-around perfect event and a beautiful day for it.
And we've got 13 fights today. People from all over the country are coming in. I mean, the crowd's been going crazy right now, so it's really awesome. Blown away about what they did with the facility, and it's just perfect day for it too.
For a list of upcoming events, you can visit barfightsfc.com. It's 7:06 right now. Members of Virginia's famed 29th Infantry Division, along with soldiers of the U.S. National Guard, commemorate the 82nd anniversary of D-Day in France on Saturday. The ceremony took place on the sands where the invasion unfolded so long ago. Service members honored the Bedford Boys at Omaha Beach. On June 6, 1944, 19 soldiers from the small town of Bedford were killed on the beach, marking the largest per capita loss suffered by any American town on D-Day. More than 600 U.S. service members, including 30 soldiers from the 29th Infantry Division, are in Normandy this weekend to commemorate the Allied landings on D-Day. It is being described as a hidden treasure in a historic city. A vibrant mural tucked away underneath the Petersburg Bridge now getting lots of attention. Those who have seen it say they welcome others like it in more visible spaces. Senior reporter Wayne Cole will spend time with the artist whose canvas is concrete.
It just exceeds our expectations.
As word spreads about the newest artistic creation in Petersburg,
It's beautiful. It's awesome.
I think it's wonderful. He needs to do every pillar under the bridge.
for the man holding the spray can,
I chose these colors because it's under a bridge, so I want it to be bright and pop off the wall.
for Hamilton Glass of Richmond, painting in Petersburg is achieving a personal goal.
Honestly, I've been interested in painting in Petersburg for a long time. I think there's so much potential in history here. It would be great to be able to talk about that history using art.
The Petersburg Art Council commissioned Glass to paint the mural. For Mayor Sam Perm,
Urban areas that are in the arts, it has an economic development effect to growth in cities that have a eclectic arts environment going on.
the mural, which is underneath the Martin Luther King Bridge where 2nd and Pelham Streets intersect, took more than a week to complete. Using more than 60 special cans of spray paint, each letter has a unique connection to Petersburg, from important people to landmark places. Khalid Smith says he is more than impressed by the artist.
I believe that this needs to be more of these painted in areas where it can be seen.
For Hamilton Glass, who is painted in public places across the country, he hopes the mural brings a sense of pride to those who take the time to stop and contemplate his work.
I want them to be incredibly proud that they're from Petersburg, or they live in Petersburg, or they have some part in Petersburg. Second, I want them to wonder who these people are.
A ribbon cutting will be held here on Friday, June 12th at 6 p.m. As for the people in the mural, you can go to our website, WTVR.com, where you can find their names and a list of their accomplishments. In Petersburg, Wayne Koval, CBS 6 News.
7:09 right now. Get ready to groove and tap your toes today and enjoy some brews, all while helping homeless animals. The 8th annual Rockin' for Rack kicks off later today. The 8th annual fundraiser held at Mainline Brewery in Richmond today from 12:30 to 7. The dog-friendly event raises money for the Richmond Animal Care and Control. 6 bands, including Holden Anderson, Boulevardiers, Hazeltone, Janet Martin, and the Wrecking Ball, as well as others, will perform on stage later today. Food trucks and vendors will also be setting up shop. There is a $20 suggested donation at the door. It's going to feel like the dog days of summer at that event. Right there, Mike?
It is there, Gregory. We're going to be hot again today, upper 80s and low 90s, and it is going to be a bit more humid. There's a chance of a couple of showers and thunderstorms today from noontime and beyond. And if you get under one of these storms, may have some heavy downpours and some gusty winds. We'll track those for you hour by hour, and we'll talk about at least 2 days that won't be hot this week coming up next.
We go now to a stretch of road in London made famous by the Fab Four. Everybody's trying to recreate that famous photo from the Beatles. These are live pictures from London. We'll be right back. You know, we get up at some ungodly hour on Saturdays and Sundays, right? But you know what I've noticed now?
What's that?
Because the days are getting longer and longer, the birds start chirping real early, too.
Let's get out of the car in the parking lot the other day. It was like a 5 of 4. And I was just like, man, you're up early too. I thought it was just us poor stiffs that are up this early.
Early bird gets the worm, right?
Yeah.
And host the weekend morning show.
Yeah, well, it's already pretty warm and humid outside.
I know.
It's going to be a more humid day. I tell you what, we kind of lucked out this past week, even though it warmed up pretty quickly and got a little bit hot. It wasn't too terribly humid. That's going to kind of change, at least for today. At the airport right now, we have this blend of clouds and and sun outside. Temperature has gone up 3 degrees since the last hour. It's 72. Winds are out of the southwest at 6. The dew point is above 60, and that's when we start noticing the humidity a little bit. And dew points will climb into the mid, maybe even a few spots upper 60s today. So it's going to be a more humid day, but then this humidity will go away tomorrow into tomorrow night. Temperatures right now, we're within a few degrees of 70, upper 60s and low 70s. There's a cold front up here by like Cleveland and Detroit. This is going to come through tonight and bring in that cooler, less humid air. On the other side of it, temperatures are in the 50s and 60s, and that air is going to come right down into the Commonwealth tomorrow night into Tuesday. And you'll also notice, even though it's going to be kind of humid today into tonight, the humidity will start to get scoured out of here from northeast to southwest during the day tomorrow. So it'll turn less humid as the day wears on. It'll be pretty comfortable Monday night and most of Tuesday. But then going into Tuesday night and Wednesday, the more humid air is going to flood back into the region, and it's going to be hot and pretty humid Wednesday, Thursday into next weekend. The front up to the north doesn't have a lot of activity with it. There's a little disturbance in northern Virginia that's been causing a few little isolated showers here. Eastern Culpeper County now moving into Stafford County to right around Fredericksburg. There's a slight chance of a shower north of I-64 the next few hours. And then as we get closer towards about midday or so, there'll be a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms, and these will track southward through the area. Highs today, upper 80s and low 90s. Here we are at 3 o'clock with some of those scattered thunderstorms. These will not impact the entire area, but the ones that do pop up will have some heavy downpours, and the threat of storms will last through about sunset, then they'll go away. Going into tomorrow morning, we'll have low temperatures in the 60s, still kind of humid, and then tomorrow afternoon, a mix of clouds and sun, low 70s near the coast, mid to upper 70s immediately inland, low to mid 80s across the metro, and farther south and west will be still close to 90 in Danville. But any storm that does pop up this afternoon into early evening may have some gusty winds again. The chance rate is not very high today, but any storm that does pop up may produce some stronger gusts. 84 tomorrow, 57 tomorrow night, then 85 on Tuesday, but then the heat returns and so does the humidity. 90 on Wednesday, low to mid 90s Thursday into next weekend. A chance of a few pop-up storms just about each day. Greg.
All right, Michael, thank you so much. It's 7:15. Imagine a festival dedicated to bright pink soup. Well, we're going to tell you where thousands are gathering for a synchronized lunch and giant pink slides.
Hey, welcome back.
Time for Hey, Watch This. It's like we're in a jazz club.
Yeah, it's a new theme.
Look at this, new graphics, new theme.
Old
Same
us.
old us.
Police in Pennsylvania have answered a riddle that has plagued man and womankind for generations.
Why did the chicken cross the road? And in this case, oh, it didn't. Officers in
He's okay.
Park were called to the scene when a chicken wandering in the middle of the road apparently couldn't decide whether to cross. As you can see, they had plenty of fun with the bird, making her an honorary officer that, quote unquote, works in the dispatch center. They even named her Lieutenant McQuail.
Sounds a lot like McQuaid.
That after she evaded police and it required a short foot pursuit to capture her. He works out. They referred it to a case of foul play. Investigators got to work and determined the hen is a Plymouth Rock chicken.
How'd they get into that uniform? That
Ultimately-
looks custom tailored.
Ultimately, they granted her a leave of absence so she can foster a flock of her own.
She's like, is that hair color real?
The thing is, the poor thing can't answer the phone, the 911, you know?
She just pecks, just
Ruffling
pecks and pecks.
feathers. Hey, get this, a city in Lithuania. Aren't your people from Lithuania?
Roughly.
Now known as a giant pink playground.
More than 100,000 people are celebrating the pink soup at an annual festival there, which is often devoured in this Baltic country's short summer. It's a cold beet soup with the fermented milk drink kefir and boiled potatoes, eggs, cucumbers, and dill. As part of the festival, attendees are sliding down a giant slide with pink clouds of foam. Well, it's a pink slide. The foam is foam colored. The event also features a synchronized lunch at long tables. I think you and I would be very successful at that. Not a lot of athletic skills involved. Organizers hope it'll bring more tourists to Lithuania.
We need to go.
We do.
That sounds like fun.
An event proving that the luck of the Irish sometimes runs in the family.
Good afternoon, O'Sullivans.
Now, those are my people.
Yeah.
Nearly 2,000 O'Sullivans and Sullivans from the U.S. and around the globe packed into a small town in Ireland over the weekend. The crowd set a new Guinness World Record for the largest gathering of people with the same last name.
I am from the United States. I traveled over 3,000 miles to come to the Sullivan clan.
Where I come from in Boston, there's plenty of Sullivans and O'Sullivans, but this is unbelievable. Everyone I look at, I know is a Sullivan or an O'Sullivan.
I couldn't understand a word he said.
I know that guy. Hey, the feat knocks another familiar Irish family name, the Gallaghers, out of the top spot nearly 20 years after the Gallaghers set their own record. And I love, you walk into that place right there. Hey, Sully! And everybody turns, And
I love the fact they drink coffee just like you do. It's kind of coffee, but kind of not at the same time. You know what I'm saying. Time now for Pause for Pets. Here's Goldie.
Good morning. This is Honey Crisp, a wonderful girl adoptable from Richmond Animal Care and Control. She's a low-key lady who wants to be a lapdog and give all the kisses she can. She likes other dogs but prefers a polite friend and unfortunately no kitty cats. If you'd like more information about Honey Crisp, please send an email to christy.hemsworth@rva.gov or you can meet her at the shelter during open hours Wednesday through Sunday. I'm Mike Goldberg with this morning's Pause for Pets.
Thanks, Goldie. I normally say we'll see you on the late news tonight. Goldie's off tonight. Hey. Off, and Richmond icon Jim Duncan will be filling in for him tonight. We have a mixture of clouds and sunshine outside right now, upper 60s and low 70s. It is humid. And for the day today, we'll be looking at a very high UV index, even with the cloud cover, so you still get a burn 15, 20 minutes. There'll be the chance for a few scattered thunderstorms during the day today. Not everyone will see them. Highs upper 80s to low 90s. Starts turning less humid during the day tomorrow. Highs low and mid 80s, but cooler near the coast. Pretty comfortable Monday night and Tuesday morning, and then the heat and humidity both return Wednesday through next weekend. Highs 90 plus. A chance of a storm or two just about each day, but nothing hugely organized. Some of us may make it through the next 7 days without any rain, Greg. Some of us may get a chance of a shower storm just about each day as well.
How about Jim Duncan coming in?
Yes.
When I met him the first time, I was like, it's Jim Duncan.
Yeah, he'll be here tonight at 6:30 and 11.
Awesome. Thank you, Michael. Well, listen to this. How about this for a tune? A small Alabama recording studio brought black and white musicians together, and they made some beautiful music. We take you inside a new Nashville exhibit as we celebrate 250 years of America and Muscle Shoals next. It is 7:26. Welcome back. A new exhibit in Nashville, Tennessee, shining a spotlight on a small Alabama town with a notable musical legacy. Scripps News' Boris Sanders has the story.
There are so many stories to tell in Nashville about music history. But right now, at the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum, there's a different story being told by exhibit curators Michael Gray and R.J. Smith.
Yeah, it's a love letter to music that we love.
Right. A love letter to another city. Give me something that sounds like the 60s. It was in the 1960s when Fame Recording Studios in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, first saw musician, producer, and songwriter Mickey Buckins.
And the first song I got recorded was on Etta James. And I'm going, man.
And not long after Etta, someone else arrived at Fame. Singer Candy Staton.
Long before Beyonce did country, I was doing country years before then.
And that was the thing about those early days at Fame. Musicians here could perform anything.
We had jazz people, we had R&B people, we had country people.
Oh my God, it was like going to church.
We could cut any kind of artist. Take Liza Minnelli. We knew we had to cut a great record because this is Liza Minnelli.
When Fame began creating hits, it was a time of segregation. Black travelers were still using green books to find safe addresses to stay. Candy was already touring and lived this.
Chitlin Circuit, yeah, it was basically black crowds. Well, I'm going home, I'm going on the morning train. Couldn't go to hotels and we had to sleep under trees.
And then Candy met Rick Hall. producer and songwriter and owner of Fame. Rick was integrating black and white musicians for sessions, and that was still rare.
And he didn't have a prejudice bone in him.
I knew we were making a little history there, but it's nothing we dwelled on. We just went to work.
We were musicians. We didn't look at color.
And Fame's breakthrough was in the 60s. Big hits by big names. Many of the songs featured the Muscle Shoals rhythm section, the Swampers.
We kept trying to get Pickett to record Hey Jude. He said, I can't do no Beatles song. I was just knocked out. Because Pickett sung it, man, he sung it so good.
The Swampers opened their own Muscle Shoals sound studio in 1969, where they recorded even more hits. What was happening at Muscle Shoals was part of a changing country.
We walked into one of the restaurants in Muscle Shoals, and it was black, white, just a mixture of us. And everybody was like, because they'd never seen black people in that restaurant before. Rick had us all seated, and he looked around the restaurant, and he says, "What you looking at?" I wanted to go under the table with laughter.
Those are the kind of stories that make Rick's son Rodney proud.
This was my dad, Rick Hall's office, in 1967 until he passed away in 2018. It came from nothing. He's the American dream.
Black singers working with like Southern white musicians and songwriters and producers.
It is a part of the American story.
What's on display at the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum today is 5,000 square feet of the Muscle Shoals story.
This is the piano that Aretha Franklin used to record I Never Loved a Man the Way I Love You.
There's Mickey's tambourine.
I had the artist that I worked with sign it.
One of Candy's outfits.
Oh, I love it. I just can't wear it no more.
For the people who lived it, this exhibit is so special. A love letter, one music city to another.
We kept this music alive, even through the hardships and the segregation.
It's just like, man, we're all in the same room together again.
I'm so glad that God allowed me to be a part of this history.
For Scripps News, I'm Forrest Sanders.
You are watching CBS 6 This Morning Weekend.
Oh, we do have pet names for each other, don't we?
Yeah. I call him Mr. Magoo because he will not wear glasses on the air, and the cameras need to be about 15 feet closer to the desk than they normally are.
Which causes problems for you when you're over at the weather.
Yeah, when I'm over at the green screen, the camera that shoots at is like literally right there, so I'm kind of like, is that a 4 on the map? I can't really read that.
So he's been calling me Mr. Magoo since, I don't know, about 2010.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, speaking of numbers, they're going up, my man.
Yes, in fact, it is more humid outside this morning. Going to be another hot day today, but today we're going to add the chance of a few thunderstorms. Okay. This is going to be one of those things that I know has some outdoor plans, but hopefully you get underneath one of these thunderstorms because we really need the rain across the region, and it will be enough to kind of cool things off, at least temporarily. Upper 60s and low 70s right now. Most locations are up at least a few degrees from this point yesterday, and dew points are in the low and mid 60s, so it feels a bit more humid than the past couple of days. It actually feels a lot more humid compared to about 2 or 3 mornings ago. There's a front up here near Cleveland that's going to come through tonight and bring in some cooler, less humid air for tomorrow. There's a little speed bump here in the atmosphere that's causing a few showers across northern Virginia, and right now most of the activity is moving into Stafford, right through Stafford County, just north of Fredericksburg. This will move out over the river and be out of there. There's a slight chance of a shower this morning, mostly north of I-64, and today will be in the upper 80s and low 90s. It'll feel a few degrees hotter thanks to the humidity. And then our chance of rain for today pops up to about 20% around noontime, and then it goes up to about 30% this afternoon. These thunderstorms will tap into the muggy air, might get a few heavy downpours, and a few storms may have some gusty winds. We'll talk more about that and look ahead to the week ahead coming up. Greg.
All right, Michael, thank you so much. It's 7:34. Summer break has begun for most local students and for parents trying to find something for their children to do and get involved with. The Girl Scouts of Commonwealth now offering day camps for the first time ever. Reba Hollingsworth and photographer April Harshman stopped by to give you a sneak peek at this hands-on experience.
It is all about the girls. They're the face and the voice of Girl Scouts.
We are so excited. We are in our new Girl Scout Service Center, and we have our day camps launching for the first time here, and we have our cooking camp, we have our art and fashion camp, we have STEM camp. So we are making parfaits using Girl Scout cookies as the base. We're assembling with yogurt and then fresh fruit. And the idea is that, you know, Girl Scouts prepares girls to be life ready, and girls should be able to prepare their own meals. They should be able to prepare their own snacks and healthy snacks.
Yours is so pretty.
We had a pizza day. We learned and we made pizza from all around the world.
How fun is it to be a Girl Scout?
It's really.
It's
How?
fun, really. Like, you get to do all these opportunities.
Well, I think girls can come to Girl Scouts and have like that one big community, you know. No girls are singling each other out because they're too old or they're too young or their race, color, culture, or their background.
So this is a swap, and so girls make all type of like Girl Scout related tiny little trinkets like this. And the idea is that when you meet another Girl Scout from somewhere, you give them a swap. And so you're swapping, and then you can put it on your vest.
For the summer camp, do you have to be a Girl Scout to come to the summer camp?
You do not have to be a Girl Scout. We want Girl Scouts to come, but then also bring their friend. Their best friend who may not be a Girl Scout, but is excited to hang out with their friend over the summer. Come with me to Girl Scout camp.
Didn't you do a good job?
We have 2 camp properties, Camp Pamunkey Ridge and Camp Kittamakund out in the Northern Neck. And so that's where the outdoors is.
You know, these camps I think are so good because they're doing things that they may not be able to do in that school setting every single day.
We provide kind of like the guardrails, but we want the girls to just go wild with their imagination.
How do you wander from one hand into the other?
We can expect fun like this, hands-on fun activities that teach life skills, but also tie back to badges. And the best part is it's so much fun.
That was Reba Hollingsworth reporting. Find out more about the Girl Scouts Day camps or to sign up, go to girlscouts.org. If you need a new activity to stay busy this summer, the Henrico Theater is announcing an all-new children's summer movie series. Each Wednesday morning at 10 a.m., a different family-friendly film will be shown at the theater on East 9 Mile Road. Tickets and concessions are only $1 each. The series continues this week with the Angry Birds movie. You can find the full movie schedule at henricolive.com. We're kicking off the return of one of Richmond's favorite summer traditions. Anthem Lemonade is back for the 26th year, serving up sweetness to help children fighting cancer at the Children's Hospital of Richmond at VCU. The One Small initiative has grown into a powerful regional movement.
Last year, we broke our record and raised more than $325,000 in one summer. Collectively, we've surpassed $3.75 million since this campaign started. And so we're really excited to break our record from last summer and continue to add to that dollar amount to help families with kids with cancer.
See this guy right here? That's 6-year-old John. He is this year's Anthem Lemonade ambassador. Well, John was diagnosed with leukemia during his first visit to the hospital in 2023. Well, get this, and rang the bell, marking the end of his treatment this past December. Now John's regained his strength and is out learning about dinosaurs, practicing jiu-jitsu, and riding his skateboard. If you'd like to help put a squeeze on cancer, you can host your own Anthem Lemonade stand July 17th through the 19th. Everyone who signs up given a kit with lemonade mix, cups, a pitcher, and official signage. Learn more at lemonadeforkids.org. This is pretty cool. A rare collection of World War II aircraft coming to Northern Virginia, celebrating the upcoming anniversary of the 250th birthday of America. The Capitol Wing of the Commemorative Air Force hosting a Warbird Expo at Warrenton Fauquier Airport next weekend. You can see historic planes like the B-17 Flying Fortress and the TBM Avenger, which is the largest single-engine bomber of World War II. Admission and parking are free, and you can buy the tickets online to take a flight in either the B-17 or their B-25. The expo runs from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. on June 13th and 14th. And right now we're going to be taking a flight on over to the Weather Center with my man Mike Stone.
Hello.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. A little bit more humid outside today, and I don't know. Have you noticed that the grass pollen's been insane for the last couple of weeks? Well, it continues that way for today, but some of us may get the air washed out from a few thunderstorms today. We'll talk about that as well as 2 briefly cooler days in the 7-day forecast after the break.
You might not know this, but Mike Stone began his career in entertainment as a lowly guitar player on the streets of Nashville. You were a little busker, weren't you?
I was a busker, yeah.
In the Weather Center with my man Mike Stone. And Mike, I'll tell you, I know it's kind of quiet outside. A little humid out there, man.
It is. In fact, you might have noticed it if you slept with the windows open or if you've taken a step outside so far this morning. It is going to be a much more humid day compared to recent days, but it's only going to be today. Things will turn less humid tomorrow into Tuesday. Normal high for this time of year is 83. Yesterday we cracked 90 in a lot of the area, and today will be in the same general territory. Sun will set at 828, and no rainfall at the airport so far this month. So we're almost an inch below normal. Squirrels play later today at 5:05. We can't rule out a shower or thunderstorm passing over Carmax Park, but the chance of rain is not very high. First pitch temperature will still be close to 90 degrees, and we'll finish up in the low and mid 80s. Right now, a lot of spots in the low to mid 70s across the region.